Hi, welcome to Matt Selly Music. Today I got for you 21 awesome guitar licks. These are some of my favorite licks to play, and hopefully by the end of this video there'll be some of your favorite licks as well. Let's begin. So the first lick is from none other than Jimi Hendrix, because you can't do an awesome guitar lick video without including Jimi Hendrix. This lick is from the intro to his cover of All Along the Watchtower, which is originally written by Bob Dylan. The timing of this lick is a little tricky, so if you need to, don't forget to count as you play it. The next lick is from David Gilmour, the guitarist for Pink Floyd. He's known for being able to say a lot in very little and having a great sense of time. This lick is the opening to the first solo on the song Comfortably Numb. This next guitarist I feel doesn't get quite as much credit as he deserves. He's the lead singer and guitarist for the band Dire Straits, and his name is Mark Knopfler. This lick is the triad lick that he plays on the outro solo to Sultans of Swing. This next guitarist is known for bringing blues back to the guitar scene in the 80s, and his name of course is Stevie Ray Vaughan. This lick is the turnaround lick to the opening of his song Pride and Joy, and it goes like this. Jimmy Page is another awesome guitar player from an awesome band called Led Zeppelin. Here's the closing lick to the first guitar solo on the song Good Times, Bad Times by Led Zeppelin off of their debut album, Zeppelin 1. Eddie Van Halen is another guitarist who really revolutionized the way people play the guitar in the 80s. He would do a lot of these pattern licks where he would just take the same finger pattern and play them really quickly on the strings of the guitar. This is an example of one of those licks and is the closing lick on the first solo on the song Ice Cream Man by Van Halen. This next guitarist is from one of the most famous bands of all time, the Beatles. His name is George Harrison. Though George Harrison didn't do a lot of flashy licks and his playing might even be a little clunky at times, I really feel his ideas that he had are really cool. This is the opening lick to Something by the Beatles. I also included the lick that he plays before the bridge where they modulate from C to A. This next lick is awesome because of how simple it is. This is by blues legend B.B. King, who managed to make a signature lick out of just 2 notes. All of the guitarists so far have been either rock or blues guitar players, so I thought I'd change it up and include some jazz as well. This guitar player is one of the most famous jazz guitar players of all time. His name is Wes Montgomery. Here's a lick from his solo on his song 4 on 6. This next lick is not even a guitar lick, but I just think it's a really cool lick, so I thought I would include it. This is from John Coltrane off of his solo on Moment's Notice. Don Felder is one of the guitarists for the band The Eagles, which was known for fusing rock and country licks together to create their own sound. This lick is a perfect example of that from their song New Kids in Town. So I can't do a Don Felder lick without including a Joe Walsh lick. So here's one of his licks from the song Hotel California by the Eagles. This next lick is one of the most unique in my opinion and is performed by Bradley Nowell of Sublime. This lick is the second one from his solo on the song Santeria. This next guitarist is Randy Rhodes, who is the first guitar player to play with Ozzy Osbourne after he left Black Sabbath. This lick is one of the fill licks that he plays on the song Crazy Train. This next lick is from someone who is not only an awesome guitar player, but is also a great instrumentalist and an amazing singer. And I'm talking, of course, of Prince. This lick is from his song Computer Blue. This next lick comes from a guitarist whose name you might not recognize, but you've probably heard his playing, as he was one of the top LA session guitar players of the late 60s and 70s. His name is Jay Graydon, and here's the opening lick that he plays to his solo on Peg by Steely Dan. So I couldn't complete this list without including a second lick from Steely Dan. This lick is from Walter Becker, who is one of the co-founders of the band. This lick is the opening to his solo on Josie. This next lick comes from another guitarist who I feel doesn't get quite as much credit as he deserves, as his solos are really catchy. This is one of the guitarists from the band The Cars, and his name is Elliot Easton. This lick closes out his solo on the song Just What I Needed. This next lick comes from a guitarist who doesn't need much of an introduction. His name is Angus Young, and he's from the band AC/DC. Here's one of the licks from his solo on You Shook Me All Night Long, and is a great example of how you can transition from a lower register to a higher register on the guitar. This next lick is from country legend Jerry Reid, who helped shape the sound of country guitar. This lick is from the B section on his song Eastbound and Down, which was recorded for the movie soundtrack Smokey and the Bandit. So the final lick on this list comes from Eric Johnson, who is one of my all-time favorite guitar players. Pretty much every lick that Eric Johnson plays is an awesome lick, but because I have to end this video somewhere, I chose this lick, which is the spread triad lick on the intro to Cliffs of Dover. So as a bonus for those of you who stuck around, here's the lick. So that concludes this list of awesome guitar licks. I know I left several licks out, so let me know some of your favorite licks down in the comments below. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.